Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Silent Calls Tarot. I'm Nini. I'm smiling so hard, but I'm happy though. But I'm Nini, and I'm going to do an energy read for the collective. It's not for any specific sign, but it's for whoever is guided to these messages. All of my information for contacting me is available in the description box below. It'll be the link to my website as well as my email address, so you can have direct contact with me. Okay, so Spirit, I allow you to use me as a vessel. Please help me to hear, speak, and see clearly, and I do thank you for this opportunity. I only allow in spirits, beings, ancestors, ascended masters that are for the highest good of the collective. They keep saying from the highest realm, and I do thank you for this opportunity. Okay, we gotta turn the air on because it's hot. I thought I was gonna be able to do this with that little air blowing in the background, but that's not working. Okay, so we're still good. Okay, so I have some notes, and I may pull from this Animals of the World card thing. This is the cards, just regular cards, but that's if I'm guided to, because they were giving me like a spirit animal type energy. So these are like animals, and maybe we'll pull from there. So okay, hold on, can't wear my seatbelt right now. So they had me to, okay, I was watching this movie with my son, and it's called Joseph, King of Dreams, and they were talking about Joseph and the bloodline of Jacob, which is in the Bible in the book of Genesis, and they had me to write fortune, miracle child, Judah led the herd. Joseph was the dad, and the mom, the mom was Rachel, and they had a lot of sons: Simeon, Levi, Reuben, Jacob, I think. No, Jacob was the dad. Okay, Levi, Reuben, Simeon, Judah, Joseph, and they had some more other children or whatever. But they were telling the story about how Joseph was coming into his gifts, and he was acknowledged as like the child of a prophecy or a miracle child, because he was half-breed or half-bred. And they had me to write, he was made to soar and not struggled. He was overlooked because of his dreams. Like when he told people his dreams, they overlooked them. And he was not to struggle, but made to soar because of his purpose, and like it being a part of God's plan. And he was watching it was a part in the movie where Judah and his brothers and friends or whatnot, they wanted to go off and have fun, so they had Joseph to watch the herd of the sheep, and one of the lambs got away. So Joseph had already had a dream about wolves attacking the ram of the lamb pack or whatever, the sheep thing, and no one wanted to really believe him or take heed of what he was saying, so he kind of just left it alone. But in this part of the movie is where his dream was prophesied. Well, the prophecy of his dream came true, and they realized that he was giving out prophetic dreams or whatever. He was able to get foresight or insight into the future, getting premonitions. Okay, they had me to write one of his dreams where he saw himself elevated, and his brothers were bowing to him. And when he told them about this dream, they denied him. They denied what he was seeing, laughed at him, joked about it, and so on and so forth. He wanted to be he wanted to be accepted. So he wanted to go with his brothers and whatnot, because his brothers were more so where they had to work and do labor, but Joseph was more so the son that they had to keep under like protection. They wanted to get him to learn and be educated in different things. He wasn't someone that was supposed to be working. Now they had me to write, they sold him into slavery, his brothers, and they sold him to the Egyptians that lived by the Nile, and they had hieroglyphs. So Joseph was taught, let me make sure I'm saying the right name, Joseph was taught different techniques and different skills, different abilities, different languages, and different things by his father. And his father's keepers or whatnot that taught things were knowledgeable or educated, and they were able to teach him different things. So he was able to work for the queen of the Nile, and he liked her niece, and he was able to help the kingdom thrive with his gifts with his gift of being able to interpret dreams and to dream and see the insight into the future. He was able to get premonitions to help the kingdom to thrive. Okay, now the wife wanted Joseph to, you know, be her like a concubine, I think that's what they call them, but she wanted him to do that, and he denied her. So she led on to this thing about him, you know, trying to rape her and whatnot. And her husband, she called guards and different things, and her husband kind of took her side, and he was like, Joseph, why would you betray me? And when it all came down to it, that his wife betrayed him, so he put Joseph into prison. Now in prison, Joseph's gifts were amplified because he was able to get into this alone time with the, I would say, the infinite beings. Hold on, y'all, because I need some more air. Okay, so he realized that he was a dream interpreter by him interpreting the other prisoners' dreams here. Now he helped the man with his dream, and he was able to tell, okay, this man was able to, he was able to tell this man that he would be able to get out of prison in 3 days, and something else would happen to him. I can't remember exactly what it was, but the dream came true. So when the man was able to get out of prison, Joseph was constantly telling him, tell the king that I prophesied this, tell the king that I interpreted your dream, and that I knew what was going to happen before time. So he did and whatnot, but no one came to get him. Now the other prisoner that was in jail, he was having a dream, and Joseph interpreted his dream as him being beheaded in a few days, that he would be beheaded by the king, and it came to pass. And the man, what stood out to me about it, the man that he prophesied about the dream, he was like, your dreams, he was like, your gift is real, it's a gift and a curse, because he was able to see things that he really didn't want to see as well. But he told truths. So I wrote told truths, but was denied because all truths weren't accepted. He was a prophet, and the dreams came true. Okay, they had me to write God speaks and he lives. Joseph was given power over all of Egypt. Now this is when he was released from prison and different things, and they came to, you know, an agreement, because he was able to interpret, I think, the Pharaoh's dream, and the Pharaoh was seeing that his land or his kingdom would be collapsing, or it would go into a famine or a drought, and Joseph was able to predict when this drought would happen and how to prepare for the kingdom to not be in a state of lack here. And so once he did this, he was given power over the kingdom, so he was now recognized as the king or the Pharaoh of Egypt here, and he ended up marrying the niece of the king or the Pharaoh here. Different things. Okay, after interpreting, this is about the dream. After interpreting the Pharaoh's dreams about the wealth and the famine in the land, he married the niece, and they created a family, and his dream was true. He was a prophet and a dream interpreter. Now they had me to write, you know better than I, eagle spirit animal, gifts of dreaming and dream interpretation prophecy. They had me to write Wild Things by Alicia, I think that's how you say her name, Alicia Carr. But okay, y'all, someone's calling me. Okay, they had me to write Wild Things by Alicia Carr, and that's that song. That's the song that says, find me where the wild things are. But she speaks about the rebels, the loners, the people that stand out, the people that are considered the weirdos. And this is what Joseph was considered as, when he was like he was different from the others. So they considered him weird because he was able to do things that others weren't able to do. Now he was a prophetic dreamer. They had me to write prophetic dreamer, and they had me to relate it to dyslexia and being able to, because I haven't been diagnosed with dyslexia, but I've read up on different things based upon different experiences I've had with reading and writing and different things. And I write out words sometimes before, like I'll write letters before other letters and then go back and fill it in, or I'll skip over certain things when I'm reading it and then realize I've skipped like 2 or 3 different lines, but it'll be like I've already read that. When I do go back, I'm like, I already saw this. But yeah, so they had me to write Voyager and Back to Self. Now they had me to watch this movie, well, part of the movie. I didn't watch the full movie just yet, but they had me to watch this movie called Zack and Mia, and this movie was about a boy, a male, and he was diagnosed with cancer, and it was considered as an unknown variable. That's what the diagnosis or the terminology for what cancer is. The definition of what cancer is when you have an unknown variable. And they had me to write human magnet, aura, energy, and they had me to write the song by SYML, and it's called Better. I may play this song for you all. Let me see if I can play it. I may have good signal over here. Let me see. Okay. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I can't see it. Okay. Okay, it's loading. I'm gonna wait for this ad. But I like this song. I heard it from that movie Zack and Mia, but it's by SYML and it's called Better.
Like a natural, you were unexpected, got me spiritual. I don't wanna say it, but maybe it was fate, and I cannot contain it. And I know it's a different love. And I know that you make me better.
Okay, let me start this song because I'm gonna listen to the whole song. I love that song. It's beautiful. But they were giving me like a visual or messages while I was listening to that song. Now, from what I was getting, someone has prophetic, well, maybe they are a prophetic dreamer, or you are, but your dream of you being with, I would say, someone here, someone has seen you in a dream, and it's like a prophecy being fulfilled, or a premonition of them being with you, or someone like you here, someone that'll make them better, or you making someone else better, or someone else making you better. But a dream about someone that you have, it's like someone that you're destined to be, or you're fated to be with here. Destined to be or fated to be with here. Okay, now in this, that's showing me with these prophetic dreams here that you've been having, this is a process in which you've been led back to yourself. They're showing me how in this process you were led to go into yourself and find the deeper things about you. Maybe find out where all of your gifts were or are, and how to be able to use them throughout life. How to get them, they say how to get riches based upon your gifts. How to be able to gain wealth based upon your gifts, based upon the gifts that were given to you. How to, you know how they say your gifts will make room for you. This is the process that you are going through, or that you had to go through, to be able to see how these gifts would make room for you, to see why you were put in a position where you had to be kept or sheltered here. A prophecy being fulfilled here. That's what they're showing me. Maybe you were prophesied over as a child that you would be a prophetic dreamer or an interpreter, someone that would be able to give out premonitions, or maybe you would dream about the future here, dream about things that would occur. That's what they're saying, occur continuously here, and these dreams are now coming into fruition here. So they're now being, it's like your gifts are now being shown to be true here. They said destined leader. Or maybe someone has dreamt about you and they see your future, and maybe they see you a part of their future. Someone here sees you together with them. They see it as being fated or destined here. Okay, so I'm going to pull from this Animals of the World deck here. Spirit, can you please show us what we need to see? And I do thank you for this opportunity. Can you please show us what we need to see? Okay, we have the ostrich. Me and my baby saw some of these at the zoo, but they had their heads in the ground. Now, the ostrich, okay, they're not telling me to read all of this, but the ostrich is the world's largest bird. It's flightless but fast. The ostrich lays the largest eggs of any creature. Hoof-like feet and powerful legs deliver a deadly kick. Ostriches stay in small groups of 3 to 6 birds. Males make a nest scrape in the ground for the eggs of the major hen. The major hen and the male both incubate the eggs here. Incubate. That's like when they shelter. They're sheltering here, and that's how his mom and his dad was doing in that movie or whatever. His mom and his dad, they were sheltering him to make sure that he was able to be, I would say, be available for when the prophecy was supposed to be fulfilled. They did not know when these things were to occur, but they knew that something miraculous was supposed to happen when Joseph came about, or came into acknowledgement or full acceptance, I would say, into his power, that things were supposed to happen here. So they sheltered him until this was able to occur, or to the time till it was time. So it's time now. That's what I'm hearing. It's time now. We have the hippopotamus. Now, the hippopotamus name means river horse. Hippos are sociable, living in groups of 12 to 20 or more. They are enormous lower canine. They have enormous lower canine teeth that grow to 20 inches long. They spend up to 18 hours a day in the water and can stay underwater for 5 minutes without breathing. They have thick, oily pink fluid that protects the skin from sunburn here. Sunburn. And that's back to their protection, how they protect it, and they sheltered Joseph. Now, in the movie that I was watching, Joseph had this, I would say, abstract type coat, or like a robe that they gave him that he wore that kind of symbolized who he was, and the I would say the importance of his being here, because it was like no other. It was something that made him stand out, something that made him be like, yeah, that's Joseph. You're gonna recognize Joseph when you see him. So maybe there's something happening to you that is making you stand out, like you're being pushed to the front of the line to be able to, they said, for you to be able to share these gifts here. Now, you coming into your power of these gifts, this is what's leading you. They're showing me like a wealth of people here, but more so about, like, you know how they say when you come into a certain thing and you acknowledge a certain thing, like say you get a certain inheritance here, and a lot of people jump on the bandwagon to follow you because they now see that what you were talking about is true, or what you were talking about had some kind of efficiency behind it. This is what they're showing me here. Your efficacy is being shown. The importance of why you were given these gifts is being shown, and it's being shown to you for you to see how it is to be incorporated into world, but they say in your business. Okay, can we get a card of advice for the collective? And I do thank you for this opportunity. I see one card. Okay, these are the cards that I had. Can we get a card of advice for the collective? And we do thank you for this opportunity. We do thank you for this opportunity. And I know you make me better. Ooh. Hold on, I saw a card that's flipped over. Okay, we have the toucan. Now, the toucans are cheerful, intelligent birds that gather in small flocks in the treetops. Their huge, brightly colored bills are amazingly light since they are filled with air pockets. After picking a berry, a toucan raises its head and throws the berry into the air so that it drops directly into its throat here. Now, how they're showing me this, it's not going to make sense with this card, but that jacket, the robe that they were showing me about Joseph, and how it was something that symbolized who he was and the importance of who he was and why he was supposed to stand out and be recognized here. Maybe there's something different about your mouth or how you speak or what you speak about. There's something, they say a severity with your speech here. What you speak about is on a severe level, or maybe you speak about things that are for like like a world level or worldwide audience. That's what they're saying. You speak on worldwide topics here, and the severity of what these topics are, the severity of these topics, and how to influence others with these gifts here. Maybe you're having premonitions or prophecy. A prophecy is being fulfilled about a premonition that you've had about what's supposed, maybe something that's supposed to happen on a worldwide scale here. They said a fall. Okay, now that kind of ties back into that reading I did about the fall of Babylon here. Maybe you need to watch that video. There's a difference in your, they're just showing me like this area here. There's a difference there. This is where you stand out here. Maybe what you speak about, that's what they keep saying. You speak on a different level here. So maybe you need to tune, they're saying tune your throat chakra here. So it could be, they're saying so it could come across, so it could come across clearer. Maybe a clock here, a clock will help you to tune. Maybe you need to tune a clock here that will be set on the frequency of your throat chakra. And I don't even know how or what that is. Maybe you need to look into throat chakra hertz here. Maybe there's a certain, okay, they're showing me like a hertz, a number for a hertz that is for the throat chakra area. Maybe at a certain time on the clock where these numbers for this throat chakra hertz, like a 517, that's what they're showing me, 517 hertz. Maybe at this certain time, maybe you've been dreaming about this number here. But there's a significance with this number or to this number here. There's a, okay, they're showing me a frequency here where you speak, when you speak upon timing or the timing of things, when things are to happen, those premonitions here. There may be going to be times that come across in your dream state, or when you have these premonitions, there's going to be a timing with it. They're going to give you like a time limit for something. Now, I know with Joseph in those dreams that he was having, they were coming in like times and dates when things would happen, and he was able to interpret when certain things would happen exactly and know when to or how to move around or maneuver around these specific time periods here. So maybe this is something that you are able to help others with, to move around certain events, or when things are to occur, you help them to maneuver around these events. Or like a, you know how they say like you have a certain time period on a, like a time scale, or like a, what is that, like a timeline when certain things occur, an event occur. You're able to pinpoint when certain things happen or certain things are supposed to happen, but you're able to help others to maneuver around these events or to go into these events with knowing here. So I'm going to leave this here. This is for the collective. I do thank you all for visiting my channel. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever you feel led to do. Let Spirit guide you with these messages. All of my information for contacting me is available in the description box below. Bye.